The investigative investor is one who not only looks at the long term, but also the one who looks at the bigger picture made up of interconnected trends and developments. That's why we'll be going over a major boost to AI infrastructure and the growing team of energy suppliers helping to fuel data center demand into the future. It all begins with Bitfarms, which could be planting the seeds for even bigger harvests after the conversion of a $300 million debt facility from Macquarie Group into a project-specific financing arrangement for its Panther Creek, Pennsylvania data center campus, making the full $300 million facility available, which will be critical for advancing the data center project. CEO Ben Gagnon highlighted that this conversion will expedite the construction timeline and provide flexibility, allowing Bitfarms to capitalize on the growing demand for HPC and AI infrastructure in Pennsylvania. Funds will also go towards civil works and substation construction, with groundbreaking planned for Q4 2025. With the 350-megawatt campus expected to be energized by the end of 2026, which is why Macquarie's Joshua Stevens noted that Pennsylvania is becoming a key hub for AI infrastructure, supported by its strong energy and fiber infrastructure. Indeed, the sometimes overlooked part about energy infrastructure supporting data center expansion is a key component, no matter the power source. Renewable energy, for example, could also play its part, due to a combination of factors like a shift in U.S. power demand and greater policy clarity. An important development has been the stabilization of the political environment, following the impact of President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill, which aimed to restrict tax credits for renewables. While the policy was initially feared to disrupt the sector, fund managers have stated that it ultimately provided enough certainty for investors to return. As a result, BlackRock reported that outflows from its clean energy strategies had slowed, and Robeco's smart energy strategy saw a positive turn in investor flows after prolonged outflows. This improvement in sentiment is evident in recent fund flows. Data from Lipper shows that alternative energy funds had their first net monthly inflow in June after 25 months of consecutive outflows, and these inflows continued through August and September, nearing $800 million, the largest since April 2022. Clean energy indices, ETFs, and individual stocks have rallied, with companies like Bloom Energy seeing dramatic price increases, surging by 300% in just 4 months, reflecting growing investor optimism. A major factor driving this rally is the growing demand for electricity, driven by the rapid expansion of big tech data centers, electrification of industries, and the need for grid upgrades. U.S. power consumption, which had stagnated for over a decade, is forecast to rise sharply. With natural gas turbines in short supply and nuclear power still years away, renewables are emerging as the most viable short-term solution. This demand-driven shift is helping renewables transition from a sector primarily shaped by subsidies and policy to one driven by market forces. Investors now see renewable energy as a crucial part of the energy mix, with companies focusing on AI, data centers, and grid building benefiting from surging electricity demand. The U.S. is expected to need 450 gigawatts of new power generation by 2030, with a significant portion coming from renewables. This growth in demand is expected to drive earnings momentum in renewable energy companies, especially those focused on rapidly deployable solutions like solar and storage. For its part, Bloom Energy's growing opportunity in the behind-the-meter market for data centers lies in its fuel cells, offering key advantages like fast deployment, high reliability, flexibility, and lower emissions compared to conventional grid power. As a result, investors are getting charged up over Bloom Energy's potential project in Wyoming, stemming from an application filed by BFC Power, LLC, to build a 900-megawatt power plant in Laramie County using Bloom Energy's fuel cells. This plant would support a 1.8 gigawatt data center being developed by Crusoe and Tallgrass, with construction expected to begin in 2026 if approved. The proposed power plant would provide continuous power for the data center, showcasing Bloom's capacity to support energy-intensive, co-located data center operations, as well as its time-to-power advantage for data centers. The rising demand for Bloom Energy's technology in the fast-growing data center market further demonstrates the renewable energy sector has experienced a dramatic recovery, driven by stronger demand, clearer policies, and growing investor interest, revealing that the sector is evolving from one reliant on subsidies to one powered by market forces, positioning renewables for a strong future. A future U.S. Congresswoman, Nanette Berrigan, took in during a recent visit to EcoWave Power's onshore wave energy pilot station at Altasea in the Port of Los Angeles, the first of its kind in the U.S. During the visit, Berrigan emphasized the need for federal investment in marine energy technologies, specifically advocating for her $1 billion Marine Energy Technologies Acceleration Act. The proposed bill aims to boost the research, development, and deployment of marine energy solutions across the country, much like the systems EcoWave Power showcased to Nanette Berrigan. Their methods harness ocean wave energy using existing marine infrastructure like breakwaters, piers, and jetties to generate reliable, sustainable electricity while being cost-efficient and scalable. Berrigan highlighted the role of such innovative technologies in transitioning away from fossil fuels, calling wave energy a critical part of America's clean energy future. The U.S. has vast potential for wave energy, especially along California's coastline, which could generate gigawatts of power, providing a captivating reason for federal support and investor interest for projects like the Energy Pilot Station at Altasea in the Port of Los Angeles, possibly helping wave energy to become a cornerstone of U.S. renewable energy. The Altasea pilot project represents the first U.S. demonstration site for EcoWave Power, which previously launched a grid-connected wave energy station in Israel and is developing projects in Portugal, Taiwan, and India. EcoWave Power recently reported strong revenue growth, reaching $100,000 in Q2 2025, double its forecast, helping to improve confidence in wave energy's commercial viability. To aid with keeping the surf up, Blade Ranger is working with EcoWave Power to introduce the world's first drone-powered maintenance solution for onshore wave energy systems. Earlier, a live demonstration of this idea took place at EcoWave Power's Jaffa Port project in Israel, where Blade Ranger's autonomous drones cleaned and inspected the floaters that convert ocean waves into electricity. Blade Ranger's drones are designed to automate maintenance for renewable energy systems, reducing operational costs, minimizing downtime, and improving system performance. The drones have already proven effective in solar installations, and this new application to wave energy is expected to enhance the efficiency and scalability of wave power. EcoWave Power views this technology as a key innovation that will make wave energy more competitive with other renewable sources by lowering operating expenses and boosting energy output. Historically, operational costs for EcoWave Power's projects at sites like Jaffa Port and Gibraltar have reached up to 4% of project capex annually. Blade Ranger's drone solutions, which involve cleaning and predictive maintenance, could significantly reduce these costs and increase the reliability of the systems. The successful test marks a significant step forward for both companies, with EcoWave Power's CEO, Inna Braverman, noting that the integration of drone technology will help make their systems cleaner and more efficient. Blade Ranger, known for its automated maintenance solutions in solar energy, sees wave energy as an exciting new market for its technology. The companies plan to develop a long-term collaboration, potentially expanding drone-based maintenance across EcoWave Power's global projects, including the recently launched Los Angeles pilot. Blade Ranger's drone solutions are already used in large-scale solar installations and are now expanding into wave energy, offering a safer, more efficient alternative to manual maintenance. On the topic of alternatives, nuclear power is a complementary alternative to renewables moving into the 2030s, mostly because of the much greater power density it provides, especially advantageous for mass portable power deployment. Though for now, small modular microreactors are still in development, so faster to deploy, and currently available systems like those from Bloom Energy and EcoWave should be adequate with existing infrastructure. To speed up the new nuclear age, nanonuclear energy, valued at approximately $2.23 billion, successfully raised $400 million in a private placement of 8.5 million common shares priced at market value. The offering, which was oversubscribed, includes investments from several institutional investors and is expected to bolster nanonuclear's cash position to approximately $600 million, leading to further fortification of its financial position with more cash than debt on its balance sheet. The funds will be used to advance the development, construction, and regulatory licensing of the company's flagship microreactor project, the Kronos MMR energy system. Nanonuclear also plans to use the proceeds for other microreactor projects, nuclear energy business lines, potential acquisitions, and general corporate purposes. Nanonuclear has been in discussions with the U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission regarding the Kronos MMR system and is collaborating with the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. In addition to the private placement, Nanonuclear plans to establish a manufacturing and research facility in Illinois, investing over $12 million, with support from a $6.8 million incentive from the REV Illinois program. This facility will support the Kronos MMR system and create 50 full-time jobs. Nanonuclear has also secured a $1.25 million contract from AFWERX, the innovation arm of the U.S. Air Force, to further develop the Kronos microreactor for deployment at a military base in Washington, D.C. Nanonuclear is also gathering more investor attention simply by gaining more visibility from being added to the S&P Global Broad Market Index, qualifying it for inclusion in the S&P Total Market Index and the SPX Completion Index, helping to enhance the company's visibility among global institutional investors. Though it's still important to remember that while technological advancements continue, commercial viability and profitability are not going to be achieved for at least another few years at the earliest. Yet its powerful potential to significantly improve upon the capacity of traditional and renewable power sources keeps investors around, as electricity demand keeps rising in the years and decades ahead. For more on stocks and crypto, follow Ascencore. See you next time.